the first unit or the first chapter for maths literacy is measurement, conversions, time, and temperature. So for conversions, the most important thing that I think you need to know is the other factors. So you need to know that 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters, because you won't be able to convert without knowing that. You need to know that 1 meter is 100 centimeters and 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to use questions to show you how to teach you. The questions on page 16 say, convert from memory in the metric system, because we use the metric system. Convert each of the following amounts in metric units to the units given in brackets. So let's start with the first question, or the first problem, 1.1, which says 35 millimeters centimeters. So how many millimeters are in 1 centimeter? You see here, 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. Since millimeters are less than centimeters, what we need to do here is divide. So we need to divide the 35 millimeters by 10, since 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. So when you divide by 10, what do you do? 10 has 1 0, so you move 1 space, which means 35 millimeters is 3.5 centimeters. Let's do the second one, because you need to do it from memory. You don't use a calculator. Let's erase this. Okay, let's do the second one. The second one, 1.2, says 284 centimeters in meters. And we know, based on this, that 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So what do we do here? Because we are using memory, we are not using a calculator. It's 284 divided by 100, because centimeters are smaller than meters. So we are going to move 2 spaces. So it's how many meters? It's 2.84 meters. I hope I'm making sense. Let's erase this one again. And let's do the next one. The next one, which is 1.3. 1.3 says 2.85 meters in centimeters. Since a meter is larger than a centimeter, when we want to convert from the larger one to a smaller one, we multiply. So how many centimeters are in a meter? We go to our table here. There are 100 centimeters in a meter. Since 100 has 2 zeros, we move 2 places. So here, no, Sergi, I'm speaking to you. So we move from here, 1, 2. So it's 285 centimeters. I hope it's making sense as I'm doing this. Let's go and do the next one. The next one is 1.4. And 1.4 says 1.58 kilometers in meters. Okay, so a kilometer is longer than a meter, which means we do what? When we convert from kilometer to meter, we are going to multiply. But we multiply by what? How many meters in a kilometer? Here, they are kilo means 1,000. That is how you can remember this thing. Kilo means 1,000, so 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. And since 1,000 has 3 zeros, we are going to move to the right 3 times. So we're going to move here and then here, But what do we do? Because we're at the end of 8, well, we add a 0. In front of this 8, there's a 0. So it's going to be 1,580 meters. I hope this is getting easier as we do more and more exercises. Let's go to 1.5. And 1.5 says 874 meters. We convert that to kilometers. Well, a kilometer is longer than a meter, which means when we convert from a meter to a kilometer, we do what? We divide. So, how many meters in a kilometer? There are 1,000 meters in a kilometer, which means we move this way 3 times. So we go 1, 2, 3. If we here, we are going to have a dot there. So it's going to be 0.874 kilometers. So 874 meters is equal to 0.874 of a kilometer. So it's not even 1 kilometer. And we would have known that by just looking at it, that is going to be less than a kilometer, since 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters and 874 meters is less than 1,000. I hope this is making more and more sense. Okay, we are going to now do one more, and this time it's going to be volume. So let's go to volume, and this one is 1.9, and 1.9 says 1.5 liters. This is an L. Let me make it like this, 1.5 liters, and we convert it to milliliters. So which one's smaller? Is it the liters or the milliliters? Milliliters are smaller. 1 liter is equal to 1,000 milliliters. So what do we need to do? We need to multiply by 1,000. So when we multiply, we move by 1,000, we move 3 times to the right. So this is 1, and then a 0 and a 0. So it's 1,500 milliliters. See, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's volume or distance or weight. Maybe we should do weight. Yeah, we've done weight or weight. It does not matter. As long as you know this, you can solve any of these problems. Remember, when you're moving from something that's larger to something that's smaller, like we're moving from liters to milliliters, you multiply. When you're moving from something that's smaller to something that's larger, you divide. So if you're moving from milliliters to liters, you are going to divide. So if you're moving from 1,000 milliliters to liters, we're going to divide the 1,500 by 1,000. And when we divide by 1,000, we move left 3 times. We say 1, 2, 3. So when you to multiply and to divide by any multiple of 10 is very easy, because you count the zeros. And if, for example, if you multiply by 1,000, you count the zeros. There are 3 zeros, so you must move to the right 3 times. If you're dividing by 1,000, you're moving to the left by 3 times. That is it. And then when it comes to conversion factors and tables, when it comes to cooking, we use cups, tablespoons, and teaspoons. Let's do a few questions there when we're using the cooking, the conversions for cooking. Okay, let's say when 3 cups, we're converting 3 cups to milliliters. So, milliliters, right? So there are 200 milliliters in 1 cup. So what do? We are going to multiply 3 times, it's going to be 3 times 250, which is equal to 750 milliliters. right? That's 2.1. And then let's 2.2 is 2.25. 2.2. Okay, I don't know how. 2.25, so that's 2.25. Let's say 2.25, but it's written quarter of cups, milliliters, cups to milliliters, to milliliters. So what you do is we're converting 2.25, 2.25 cups to milliliters. So what you do is you say 2.25 or 2.25 times 250 mils, 250, and then you get the how much it is in milliliters. I'm not going to do that calculation. You know what I mean? And okay, let's do the teaspoons. It says 3 teaspoons in milliliters. So and 1 teaspoon is 15 milliliters. So you go 15 times 3, which is 45, which is equal to 45 milliliters. So you can see, if as long as you know this, you can answer any of these questions. You know when to divide, and you also should know when to multiply. This is for the metric systems. And I think that is it for now. We are now going to, when it comes to the imperial units as well, you just have to know. You just have to know, and then you know whether to divide or to multiply. For example, it says when it comes to miles and kilometers, you just need to know how many miles is a kilometer. For example, a mile is 1.609 kilometers. So when they ask you 285, there's a question here which says 285.4 miles in kilometers. So a mile is longer than a kilometer. So what you need to do is go 285.4 multiplied by 1.609. And then you'll get how many kilometers that is. So as long as you know this, you are going to be able to solve this. The only thing is, I don't know whether you'll be given this table during the exam. So what I think you should know these things, especially this part. You should know that a kilometer is 1,000. Remember, kilo means 1,000. 1 meter is 100 centimeters. C is centi, which is 100. 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters. 1 ton is 1,000 kilograms, and 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. And then also this, you should know this. 1 cup is 250 milliliters. 1 tablespoon is 15 milliliters, and 1 teaspoon is 5 milliliters. We need to know this. And then when it comes to the metric, to imperial, I'm not sure whether you need to know it or not. But as long as you know that an inch is 25.4 millimeters, you can convert between the two. Yeah, thank you for watching this. I'm going to end this video here because I think it's long enough, and then the next one is going to be about time. Yeah.